Welcome to Siem Reap, Cambodia. This is E.A.T, Expat in Asia Travels, and it's been 2 weeks since I touched down in Cambodia. Well, 2 weeks shy a day. I arrived last Saturday morning. And my original plan was to follow up my flight video with one of clips I shot the first week that I stayed here. The problem was I filmed way too much video, POV, shaky cam stuff, and frankly a lot of it just made me want to fall asleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of try to recap the last 2 weeks now and eventually interweave some of the video that I shot over that time. Okay, first day in Siem Reap. I'm a little overwhelmed. I have no idea how to get back to where I'm staying. It's on the other side of the river, and I got really lost trying to find my way to this part of the town. Hello. Not today, thank you. No. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just walking around today. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I just went inside of the Siem Reap Book Center. And man, do they have a lot of good books. And stamps, and souvenirs, and stickers, and patches, and all kinds of things that would eventually take my money. And there's no pictures or video allowed in there, so but I'm gonna go back. I really like these posters and postcards they had up on the outside. Day 2 in Siem Reap. First morning though. I had a late start. It's just after 10 a.m. I was going to look for apartments today, but I think tomorrow might be the first day where I really do stuff that I need to do. Okay, I think I should look for a job before the apartment, too. Though I had better luck. I kind of remember from coming back yesterday. Yeah, there's the washing machine place there. Okay, which I'll probably do some laundry today or tomorrow. The local wildlife is quite abundant. Okay, here. Speaking of which, I've got a tiger and a crocodile. Crocodile's getting ready to jump in the river, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing in the shops. I've seen lots of stuffed crocodile of all sizes and positions. Okay, some are whining at you, some are waving at you. You know, even the crocodiles are friendly. That's Cambodian People Party. Okay, found the post office. I'm going to go inside and see if I can buy a stamp and a postcard and get a postmark for today. Well, my first adventure in Cambodian post office was awesome. Okay, lady at the counter, I explained I wanted to buy a postcard and a stamp and get today's postmark. And no problem. And while I was sorting through many postcards trying to pick one because they all looked really great, an elderly couple came in for the same thing. And they were taking a bunch of pictures and stuff. And thankfully, because I was going through, anyway, as I was saying, I was looking through the stamps, and man, there's some beautiful Cambodian stamps. Probably the same reaction I had when I first started looking at Thai stamps. Okay, because you get past the definitives, and they're very beautiful. But they were all in sets. And they quote you in riel, and I have no concept of riel. Yeah, she said 8,000 for a really nice set, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that sounds so expensive. But it's $2. Okay, but anyway, the other lady asked, do you have single stamps? Yeah, okay. So bought a single stamp, and that with the postcard came to 8,000 reals. 5,000 for the postcard, 3,000 for the stamp. But it's $2, and I paid in $2 because I don't have 5,000 in real yet. I have like 3,300, I think. Okay. So that's the thing. You pay in U.S. dollars, and if they don't have small money, they pay you, and they give you your change in reals, if they have that in change. All right, and I don't know what this is. I see some kind of sports. It looks like volleyball area. Okay, lots of tuk-tuks parked up in here. So I'm just enjoying my day now. Okay, I didn't walk that far, and I'm already at Angkor Supermarket. I thought that was a much further north, or maybe there's a second branch. I don't know, but I might go exploring in there. I don't think I'm going to buy anything. You know, no, thank you. I think I'm going to go across here when I can. One of the things that I shot endless footage of was my first visit to Angkor Supermarket. And let me just mention here, I'm still reeling from that experience. There's, I believe, 3 branches of Angkor Supermarket now. I've been in branch 3, and I found the original. They're both about the same distance from my apartment. Okay, I prefer number 3 because there's 3 floors, and seems like there's a lot more stuff, a lot more variety. But oddly, neither one carries much of a selection of tomato ketchup. Okay, now about the only brand I like continues to be Heinz. Okay, and I could find that in 7-Elevens and all sorts of shops in Thailand. Have yet to find Heinz tomato ketchup here. I've found other Heinz items, but I don't know, there's only about 2 brands. I think they're both Cambodian of ketchup, and they're both more than I want to spend on an unknown product. I actually saw Rosa mentioned on one of the markets from Grab, so I might order Rosa, although that's fairly sweet. Okay, anyway. Okay, this is supposedly heaven for most expats around. I don't know, we'll find out. Check the prices. Baked goods over here. Yep. Yeah, too much stuff. Okay, this looks more like Western style cooking. It's all Italian sauces. Yeah, lots of mystery stuff too. Oh, salsa. Old El Paso. Cleansed Texas salsa. Medium salsa. Original Ortega taco sauce. Old El Paso. Chunky. Tostitos brand, a giant one, $3.48. So that's about $10 US. Chunky habit. Okay, going to the 3rd and looks like last floor. So disappointed that there's no choice in ketchups that I've found. But they have toy ukuleles. Made my selection. Found some tortilla chips, and I found some salsa. It's going to be about 200 baht for the total. And I'm going to try one look around to see if I can find Heinz ketchup. Wish me luck. Bookstore. I got lots of interesting books on Cambodia. There's a few. There's a guide to Thai street food. Okay. I don't see any little novels or anything. What's over here? Notebooks. Okay. It's dark in here, but nice and cool. What I was saying about local wildlife. Okay. And I could probably find a good pair of flip-flops in a place like that. Something smells good though. I don't know what, but it smells good. Lots and lots of ATMs around too. Okay, that's getting into kind of touristy area. Okay, it splits up. Alright. You know, and Pub Street's down there, which is the big, you know, thing they promote for people, you know, out after dark. I'll get there one time maybe, but I'm not a drinker. I could care less. Maybe I'll go down this road, see what's down this road. And last time I was here, this was not built up. All these trees weren't here, but I remember this little wooden bridge. And that's how I used to cross over all the time. Now there's a night market on both sides, it appears. And so, or it could be that bridge I walked over. That bridge is newish. Okay, so still trying to get my bearings because it's changed a lot in 13 years. I'm actually blogging on the west bank. No, west, east? Let me get my bearings. Yeah, the west bank of the Siem Reap River, which you see there behind me. I was walking along the eastern bank. Both banks have very nice, quiet streets lined with lots of food stalls. You see a bunch, you see several up on the road there. Okay, let me just pan over. And the bridges are relatively lightly traveled in most areas. The one that extends from the National Highway 6 near my home is a bit more hectic to try to cross. Walking to pay the deposit on my new apartment. Okay, right behind me is the royal residence. I just crossed the Siem Reap River and I turn left at the... I'm in one of the pagodas. The gong is sounding and all the dogs are howling. Systems here. You show up and hand over your CV. Very few advertise online, but one that I found in a Facebook group was hiring. It was a university, and they were hiring. And so far, it's the only one I've had a response from. Okay, I sent them an email and almost immediately received a reply from the HR director. And after a very brief exchange, he invited me to an interview. I believe that was last Wednesday. Okay, and I went and interviewed with him at the university, and he told me a lot of information about it that I've since forgotten. But they have quite a few students, quite a few teachers, foreign teachers that they hire. A lot of it's part-time. And he said he seemed very excited, and he said he'd let me know probably towards the middle of April, because the current course ends fairly soon, and then the next term begins, I believe, April 22nd. Okay, so that sounded promising. I got lazy for a couple of days. and moved into my new apartment. I'd also been searching for apartments at the same time I was looking for jobs. Moved into that last Saturday. Love the apartment. Nice location for me. A little bit out of the center of town, so it's very quiet. And but it turns out that the walls are too thick to catch the Wi-Fi, and even my mobile service had problems in there. So I eventually found a fiber optic solution and signed up for that service, and that was installed yesterday, and so far no problems at all. I did my first online class Wednesday night before I had the fast internet, and I was surprised it remained stable through the entire lesson. Okay, now I'm hoping for more online students. So if you're on Preply, hey, look up my name and sign up. Shameless plug there. Anyway, I was called back for a meeting with the English team at the university. When was that? Wednesday. Okay, I met with two rapid fire questions about stuff I'd long since forgotten. They wanted to know about where I went to school and about the high school classes that I taught, and I told them there were classes of 60 to 70 students. And still somehow I maintained control and taught the ones that wanted to be taught. But that was all pre-COVID, so I was struggling to remember details. And turns out they want somebody to teach English for high school students as the evening program. A couple hours a night, 5 nights a week. But it's a foot in the door, and they said they'd let me know. I thought the interview went pretty good. And then yesterday afternoon I was invited to come to, they said they'd start classes on April 6th and to come and for orientation at 4:30, April 6th. They want me to teach academic writing, which I'm pretty sure I can do. I know the mechanics of writing. I just have to organize that into lessons, but there's a textbook too. So we'll see. Okay, so that's a reprieve. I've got that in the evenings, my online teaching, and I'd like to find a full-time daytime job, but I'm not as in panic stations as I was at the early part of last week when I first started on that journey. Okay, so today, Angkor National Museum at the corner. I got 2 coffee here. This is a little bridge that takes me back onto the other side of the river, and then it's very near to my home. Nice area. So next time I'll come up to this bridge because it's a little bit easier to navigate. Traffic's not so heavy as on the National Highway, which is 1 or 2 bridges towards the south. Oh, now that's the size I need. I wonder how much one of those costs. A little 2-seater. Little corner there is where the bridge was, and there's the laundry my landlady told me about. Big flower stuff there, looks like. And I'm just a very short distance down. Alright. May restaurant. Sometime next week I'll check out a restaurant in the area here. There's a coffee shop of some sort. That was nice. Okay, I gotta go up on the road to get around this stuff. Okay, my place is right up here. I got the little white arrows, and this is my gate. And looky here, there's a mailbox right there. And I open the big heavy gate to get in. Okay, might as well continue in. Alright, little gravelly entrance way. And then a pavement, sidewalk, whatever you want to call it. And the entrance is over there, and I'm way up there. Not the third floor, the fourth floor, because I forgot here that what we call the first floor is the ground floor, and then floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, and I'm on floor 3, which is actually 4 up. All right, and it's dark in there, so I'll shut this off now. 6:30 at night. It's very dark outside. Not much civilization out there. Good morning, Cambodia. It actually feels kind of nice out here. We just had the equinox yesterday. A lot of people up at Angkor Wat because the sun comes up right over the middle tower. I'll get there next time. I am in a very strange empty shopping center. There's people, but there's not a whole lot of stuff to buy. An empty restaurant. There's a Dairy Queen over here, and there's like 2 pizza places. I'm about 10-minute walk from my apartment. 5 minutes of which are along this nice river walk, sidewalk. It's nice and cool, but I'm hungry. Walking home, interesting day. I had my second interview at the university. Sounds very promising. They'll let me know tomorrow. Just a little shopping at Angkor Supermarket, and there's some boys. I've been out of my local area at night before. They've got some nice installations on the bridge. What I'm doing, I dropped off my laundry. They say it's going to be done today. I didn't understand what time. I gathered it was sometime in the afternoon. So I'll swing by maybe about 4 p.m. and pick it up. But I'm on the road. I started heading north towards Angkor Wat. There's a couple of temples before you get there. But I'll just kind of see what there is to see until I want to turn back. Alright, as I said, the weather is not bad. And I'm just enjoying a Friday in Cambodia. Just past the staging area for soldiers that are going up to the front. Lots of men in camouflaged uniforms. And so I kind of skedaddled out of there. Okay, I'm in the Royal Independence Gardens. The Royal Residence is just down that way. It's shady here and there's a nice breeze where I'm sitting. I have a big mural and a display. It says Art for Peace. I saw some soldiers today. I think they're coming home for the new year. First real mention of the war I've seen here yet. An offering for peace over here.